Hey guys, what's going on? Let me turn this music off or turn it down. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to Open Panel Wednesday. Open Panel Wednesday. Open Panel Wednesday. So I'm going to drop the link. And y'all are invited to come up as long as y'all ain't crazy. If you're crazy, I will remove you. So let me put the link and then I'm going to chat with you guys. I hope everybody's having a great Wednesday so far. My Wednesday has been going very well. Hey, Shani's World. Welcome. How are you doing? Good to see you. Hope everybody had a great week so far. It has been a long week. I feel like I say that every single week, but it has. It has been a long week. And of course, the link is right there. If y'all want to come up, you're welcome. So it has been a long week. I was exhausted today. I worked a really long shift today. Really long shift. I went in to work at 7 and I just left at 6. So, what is that? 11 hours? 12 hours? Whatever it is. A really busy week. I hope you guys had a busy week, but it was fun. Hey, April Showers, you want to come up? Hit the link. You're welcome. Hey, Shani's World, you want to come up? You're welcome to come up. Just want to hang out with you guys for a little bit. You know how I do on Wednesday. Everybody's welcome to come up on the panel as long as you're not crazy. And we can chit chat about whatever is going on in life, such as life. So April Showers is here.
How you doing today?
Hey sis, how you doing?
Why you working that many hours?
Huh?
That long?
Oh,
Why?
bills.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
understand that. Yeah, I know back in the day, I worked 2 jobs and longer. Oh boy. Yeah. So I like your background.
Oh yeah. You know how to do
Mm-mm.
the backgrounds?
Mm-mm.
So I can show, let me see if I can share my screen. Let's see. How can I? Okay. So when you go on StreamYard,
Uh-huh.
you go to a thing called settings. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the little barrel thing. So after you click
Mm-hmm.
settings, you scroll down to where it says virtual background. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And then when you click virtual background, they have a thing. If you go down to the bottom, it has a
Mm-hmm.
little plus sign. So whatever picture that you have on your whatever picture that you have on your computer, desktop, even your phone that you have uploaded, you can, when you click that, then you can get that switched. Like I'm going to share another one of my backgrounds that I have. So
Oh, okay.
so
You
you
know,
guys
I
can.
have StreamYard. Uh, I done had StreamYard for 4 years. I've been on YouTube.
Yeah, so that's another background that I have with the hearts. This is another. I love hearts. I'm obsessed with
Mm-hmm.
hearts. And of course, y'all know I live in Florida, so I have so many beach pictures. So just
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to look at the same picture all the time. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So that's how you do it. And then all you do is you click that and that's what it is. So how are you doing, Miss April?
I'm doing fine. Uh, this is April showers month. It's
Yes,
been
it
a lot of
is.
it's a lot of rain going on.
Hey, the word. Hey, Shandy's
Mm-hmm.
World.
What's the
Hey,
word?
Hey,
Yeah.
more of Where's Mish? How you guys doing? Welcome in. I hope you had a great Wednesday. What were you saying, Miss April?
I said it's just it's wet and rainy.
Yep.
So, but thank God I'm still here.
Yes,
Hmm.
you are. Hmm.
Yeah.
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 So, what you have going on, Miss April? Anything fun you have planned today or the weekend or this month?
No, next month I'll be going to graduations in Denver, Colorado,
Ooh,
and so my cousin's son is graduating, so we
oh,
going
that's
to Denver.
nice.
Hmm. Oh yeah, and then that's about it. That's really about it.
I'm
Yeah.
excited for Friday because Friday, my nephew, well, I call him my nephew's son because he's my sister's kid, but I've
Hmm.
taken care of him since the day he was born. So he's like my
Hmm.
son. So I say my
Yeah.
nephew's son.
Hmm.
He's having his graduation. He finally finished. He's getting pinned as a paramedic, not paramedic, firefighter on Friday.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah. So I'm
Oh, you
happy.
know
I'm
what?
happy to see that. I'm happy to see, representation. If you know what I mean, it's not a lot of
Right.
representation on our side. So
No, not being firefighters. Yeah,
yeah, not within
not in that
firefighters.
field.
Mm-mm.
Girl, I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you, I commend those people that go into those type of fields too.
Yep.
They're great. And you know what? They actually stay in the what do they call it?
In the health field.
No. It's being a firefighter because they had to stay at the firehouse.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he has to stay. I think he says he does 24-hour shifts. So
Mm-hmm.
he has to stay there one day on, one day off, one day on, one day off.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Well, yeah.
That's
And
hard
so
when you
they
have a
sort of
relationship.
bond. A lot of those firefighters they bond because they're together all the time. So,
Yeah, they
mhm,
he really says you do become like brothers if you seeing somebody almost every day of your life.
right.
Yeah, you can't help but, I'm just so happy that because it was a fight for him. I'm not going to tell
Hmm.
his business, but our family went through a lot since, my parents died. And
Hmm.
I think everybody kind of got off track for a little while, but, we were just encouraging him to get back in school. So he got back in school and, almost all A's. He got a few B's,
That's
but he did
awesome.
really well.
Hmm.
So
I
I'm
am
proud of
glad.
him.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. It's good to see people
Marlene.
doing something. What did you say,
Oh
Miss
yeah,
April?
Marlene.
Yes.
Did you see them robot dogs?
No. Robot dogs?
Hmm.
I'm going to Google it right now. You can keep
Google it.
talking, Miss April.
Robot dogs in New York. Hmm.
Okay. Are they police?
Yeah. The
Okay.
police
I'm
robotic
about
dog.
to, I'm about
Yeah.
to, I'm about to see if I can find the story. Um, let's see. Okay. I'm about to share it. I'll share my screen. I
Okay.
haven't heard about this, Miss April.
Hmm.
Yeah. So this is new to me. All right. Tell me if you can see it on your screen. Uh, okay. Hey, Tamika. Okay. So let me pull this up. Let's see. This week in gear news, the NYPD brings robot dogs back.
Oh, you know what? Let me get on my laptop and run this show. You requesting permission to run this show through StreamYard?
Yeah, yeah, what you call it, you can what do you call it? Share to guest destination.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You can be you get views and everything on your side too.
Hmm. Yeah, but I always ask first.
Oh yeah, Miss April, go ahead.
Mm-mm.
So let me share this. So it's saying that in New York City they got robot dogs, which I have not heard about. So this is what it looks like, everybody. Can you see that on the screen?
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe this. Robot dogs. So let's hear about this story.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Girl.
Say our old friend Spot the robot dog is joining the Big Apple's police force. The New York mayor Eric Adams announced that the New York Police Department will be acquiring some new autonomous robotic canines in the coming week. The move comes almost exactly 2 years after the NYPD halted its first go at using a camera carrying robot dog for surveillance. After a massive public outcry, citizens felt it was, I don't know what that word is, dystopian overreach of police power. So, mm. Oh my goodness, do you see what it says? Okay, let me see what share what it says down here. The NYPD says it will acquire two of Boston's dynamic, controversial spot dogs, while the robot dogs have autonomous capabilities. The NYPD says these units won't be patrolling the streets by themselves just yet. Instead, the robo dogs will be deployed in specific instances where the danger for humans is high, much like the bomb squad robots the department already uses. Each spot will cost about $75,000 with the cameras and sensors attached to their bodies costing extra. Oh my goodness. So Spot is not the only robot rookie joining the NYPD. The department is also testing the use of a Nightscope K5 robot. The human size ovoid K5 is equipped with cameras, sensors, and speakers. It's meant to patrol and surveil its surroundings, deterring break ins and vandalism. Oh my, Miss April, what you think about this? I think you're muted, Miss April. I don't know. I don't know what I
Okay,
think.
I had to unmute my mic because the
Oh, okay.
background noise.
Go ahead.
I
Tell me what
think
you think.
I think this is awful. Um, Anytime you got something that's programmed, um, I think it's terrible.
I really, maybe I just don't understand what does these dogs do? Do you know more information about it?
I don't know. I don't know. I saw it that day. They're like in gold, and I'm like, what? Dogs, robots working for the police department. Now,
Uh-oh. She went out. And she'll come back. I can't believe this. Robot dogs? What do you guys think about this? Hey, Tamika. More of Where's Mish? Good and tired. Just got off. Now leaving the park with the fam. Thank you. How are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank y'all for supporting me today. This is a later time than I like, but Gotta make your money, man. Gotta make your money. So I don't know what I think about this. I don't know what I think about this robot dogs. And they also said that um they are going to have one that's like a human as well. What do they call it? K5. It says the department is also testing the use of a Night Scope K5 robot. The human sized ovoid K5 is equipped with cameras, sensors, and speakers. It's meant to patrol and surveil the surroundings, deterring break ins and vandalism. But they're saying that the robot dogs will be costing $75,000 and up. I don't know. I don't know. $75,000, is that a good use of taxpayers' money? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know what to think about it because I really don't know what these robot dogs do. I will have to do some research and get some more information, but I don't know about robot dogs. I really don't. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. Oh, Miss April is back. Okay, Miss April.
Okay. Sorry about that. I was on the computer. I was trying to see how I could share StreamYard.
How
Um,
you could share it?
how do I do that? I forgot.
You mean share to your channel?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you know
So
what? I had
at
to
the
go in through the computer. That's
oh
what it
yes.
is. I
Hmm.
came in through my phone. Um, I'll be
All
back.
you have to do is click guest,
Right.
stream to your channel.
Okay. Okay. I'll be right back. I gotta log. I gotta come out and then
Okay.
go in through my computer.
Okay,
Sorry,
Miss April.
everybody.
Oh, no
Oh,
problem. Hey Joshua, how you doing? Good to see you. Have you all heard about these robot dogs? I'm still want to know. I'm interested to see like what is this all about. It says that the New York City Mayor Eric Adams and NYPD officers look at the robotic devices from Boston Dynamics. The NYPD bought two of the camera equipped robots. So they're saying that these robot dogs in New York City cost $75,000, um, with the cameras and sensors attached to their body costing extra. So it's most likely more than $75,000. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of money to be spending on some robots, but I don't know. I think it would have to be something. I want to know, what do they do? What are their where are they sending these robots into? I don't know. And they also are saying that they also have a one that's human like. Are they supposed to be replacing police officers? I'm just trying to find out what's going on. I really don't understand about these robot dogs. Hey, Miss April, you're back. Can you hear me?
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So, hello, everybody. I'm back again. This what
Okay.
happens when you get glad to be on the panel. So I guess I've got to go to present. Yes, ma'am. I can hear you.
Okay. So do you see where it says at the top that you can share to
Oh,
your
yes. Bring it to
destination?
your audience. I got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can be live, and when it hits and you go live, you talk to your audience so you don't confuse them. Let them know
Yeah.
that you're on mine.
where I have it right now.
Okay,
Yeah, because I like this feature.
I do too. You want to tell your audience what's going on?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I sure am.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't know about these robot dogs. I don't know if it's something that I agree with. And they're saying that they also have ones that are human like too, besides the dogs. Did you hear about that, Miss April?
Okay. See, no, girl, I seen them. I saw this. It was in my Google, and
Oh,
I was like, oh wow, oh
yeah.
wow,
I
because
I don't know how
I
I
don't
missed
really know
this.
who's programming them. That scares me. That scares me.
Hi,
Like,
cruising. Hi, cruising is fun anytime. Welcome, Miss April. That's on your side.
huh?
Cruising is fun anytime. See, when you see the little loop thing, like
Yeah.
a little tape on the
Oh, okay.
side, that
Hi,
means she's on
cruising
your
is fun.
side.
Okay, everybody, my audience. I am on the panel with Life with Level, and I am sharing the show. Hmm.
Yep.
Yes,
And we're talking about in
right.
New York City, where they
So
have
to
the
me, everybody. Now they said they bringing the robot dogs back.
yeah. They're saying that they're bringing the robots back because I guess they tried it previously, and I don't know what happened, but it did say that they're bringing it back. So maybe they tried it and it didn't work the first time. I don't really know what happened, but this is what the dogs look like. Does that look like a dog to you? That does not look like a dog to me. They're saying that these are robot dogs, but that doesn't look like a dog to me. He just looks like a robot with feet. Hi, Mayhem and Miracles. Better than real dogs. Many get killed in the line of duty. Oh, that's true, Mayhem. That's true. But, they're saying that they cost like $70,000 and up. And you know where that comes from, the taxpayers. I don't like that so much. Thanks for sharing this story with me, Miss April.
Exactly. I think I think Marlene
Uh
that they
huh.
done brought these dogs in. Pardon me.
No, I'm listening to you.
Oh, okay. I I think they got tired of paying lawsuits for
Hmm.
killing so many of us.
Yeah. They tired of being sued.
So many people that. they done bought these dogs back and
Yeah, that's
destroyed
I'm
them.
like, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey Trish the Natural. How you doing? Welcome in. Have y'all heard about these robot dogs? Mayhem and Miracle says that's bogus. It's not made of gold. Yeah. Money grubbers. That's what I think too. And okay, here's the other article that I found online. This one came out last year. I guess this is when it first came out, Miss April. This was one of the first ones that they did. Um, let's see. Um, yeah, it says last year the New York City Police Department began leasing a canine-like robot, a spot model from Boston Dynamics that the department named Diggy Dog. Offers deployed the robot in just a few cases, including a hostage situation in the Bronx and an incident at a public housing building in Manhattan. As word spread, along with photographs and videos, a backlash from the public and eventually elected officials quickly gained momentum. Some objected to the robot's expense, others worried that its use threatened civil liberties. Many simply found it creepy. Mm. I didn't know that this even they said that they started this from 2021. Let me see when this article came out. Yeah, it says May 7th, 2021. So almost 2 years ago, they started this. And back then, they said that they thought it was a bad idea. So, did you hear anything more about this, Miss April, this story?
So why is it a good idea now then?
I don't know because this was back in 2021, and everybody was saying it's a bad idea. But according to this article, um, a lot of people opposed it because of the price. Some people didn't like it because they said it was creepy. But they still, it says that the New York City police department abruptly terminated its lease and quit using the robot last month. So this was back in 2021, and then they're back again almost 2 years later doing the same thing. So I don't understand why they tried it the first time and terminated it, and now they're bringing it back. I don't know. That doesn't make too much sense to me. But like Mayhem and Miracle said, I think it's just all about the money. Oh, Miss April left again. That's okay, Miss April. Come back when you're ready. I didn't hear anything about this article, but I think $70,000 for a robot is a bit much. Like making taxpayers pay for that. It's my personal opinion. Everybody's free to have their own opinion. I'm gonna put the link back here. You guys are welcome to come up. Hey, Sis Mary B, how you doing? Good to see you. I'll put the link in here if you guys would like to come up. Hey, Frankie Blanco, how you doing? Welcome in. So that was that article about those robots in New York City Police Department that were robots. So I'm going to share this other thing that I saw in my city. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm going to put on some music. Oh, Miss April is back. So I'm going to play some music until I get to the next article. Hold on. Go ahead, Miss April. You can talk while I'm finding my next article.
Okay. Um, I don't like this. I don't like this audience.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't like it?
I don't like it at all.
Hmm. Yeah, but what really can we do about it?
Exactly.
Because a lot of people, back what they said back in 2021, people didn't like this police robots, but they came back 2 years later and did it again.
Right.
I don't know. I'm gonna see this other article that I saw was it yesterday. So how is your weather where you are in New York, Miss April?
No, I live in Joliet, Illinois, which is
Oh, I don't know why I thought you lived in New
which
York.
is 30 minutes from Chicago. It's raining cats.
Oh wow.
It's raining cats and dogs and everything else here.
It is.
Yes.
Well, I saw this article because I saw this article here, and we really don't hear a lot about some good things happening in the news. I wanted to share this. Uh,
So I want to say to everyone that has family graduating,
yes, Miss April.
everyone that has people graduating, please support them.
Hmm.
Please support them. Let them know that you're proud of what they've accomplished. Let them know it's a milestone in their life, and we just support you. We're glad you graduated. We know it might have been tough,
Yep.
but thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
for
That's so
graduating.
true. That's so
Whatever
true.
you're graduating from, it's a milestone in your
Yep.
graduate's life.
Yep. That's 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 what I say. It may not be a big deal for a lot of people, but my nephew graduating on not graduating, he already graduated, getting pinned as a firefighter is a big deal because people don't realize the things that people overcome, just to be there, you know, especially in the black community. We don't talk about that a lot, but especially in the black community, it's always shown that we're getting involved in crimes and doing this and that. So when I see people, not just black people, but minorities, doing good in their life, I like to highlight that and talk about it.
Hmm.
So this is an article that I found the other day, and I thought it was really sweet. It's called the Cereal for Summer Neighborhood
Okay.
Donation Party. So I live in Florida, in Tampa Bay area, and what they do is the radio station has a donation thing so that they collect cereal so that the kids, when they're out of school, they will have enough cereal to eat while they're out of school, because a lot of kids, when school is out for the summer, they don't get to eat because when they go to school, I don't know if it's everywhere, but in our area, before school starts, they first go into the lunchroom and they eat breakfast and they give them like cereal or, a sandwich, some milk, some fruit. So I feel like this is a really good thing. And I'm going to make sure that I go and donate some cereal because you never know. You may not be able to do a lot, but hey, if you can give 2 boxes of cereal and it's going to cause a little kid to not be hungry during the summer, I was like, yeah, I'm a part of that.
That's great news.
Hmm.
Marlene, back in my day, when I was going to school, I was living in Chicago then. We actually had a hot breakfast in the morning.
Oh, wow.
They served it at school. Yes, ma'am.
Mm.
Hmm.
Well, we used to have like, what is it called? Um, it wasn't real bacon. I don't know what that kind of bacon is, but you know what I'm talking about, Miss April?
Hmm.
The fake bacon that they used to have back in the
Yes,
we used to get
yes.
that fake bacon and eggs, but that's what we would have. But now they don't have that in the school. They give them just cereal and milk and some fruit. And I guess that's better than giving them nothing because they were finding that kids, and especially in my urban areas, people who are minorities, the parents didn't have any money to give them breakfast or whatever the case may be. So at least you know that the kids are getting something to eat every morning.
It makes a difference when the kids does not have a rumbling stomach because
Yeah.
they're hungry. They are able to study better.
Hmm. So
And
I'm
so,
gonna I'm gonna definitely go over and buy some boxes of cereal and donate
hey,
to
Ren
this.
Rock.
Yep, Rinrock TV. I'm gonna butcher the name.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, sis, but I'm gonna butcher your name, and I don't like to do that.
Okay.
ALS Organic Cosmetics, chilling with the realist, Mary B. Everybody who's in the chat, welcome in. I
Yes,
like to talk. I like to talk about some good things in the community because we got enough bad stuff on TV.
girl, ain't that the truth? Let's talk about the positive going on.
Yeah, positive things.
But what I like to do is I like to share the information so people can know what's going on in the world, um, whether it's good or bad. But even like the robots, because you look up and it might be happening in your city, in some state, in your city or your state. So,
Yeah, yeah. I like to hear things about good things like the other day I saw, let me see if I'm still sharing. Let me stop sharing that. I saw a really nice story. Oh, Mary B is here. Hey sis.
Hey,
hey,
how you
Mary
doing?
B,
Hi, Miss April. How you doing? Hey,
I'm doing
Marlene.
great on this wet, rainy
I heard that.
Wednesday, you know.
I heard that. I heard that.
Hmm.
Yeah, I just wanted to touch bases on what Miss April said about, talking about accomplishments. It's very important to, when someone is graduating or something like that to, congratulate them because I just had to cut off a friend that she wouldn't even like congratulate her own daughter. Her daughter, I noticed like her daughter would share her accomplishments on Facebook and she would share like, her that she was that she was graduating or she got certificates or she was getting degrees. And everybody would like post congratulations to her, except for her own mother. And my friend had her at the age of 16. And, I was there for her when she had her when, at the young age of 16. And, she was a teen mom and she did go through a hard struggle. But I just never, and I always saw that, she never, it seemed like there was always, she never wanted her daughter to be more than what she was. And
Hmm.
so our other friend that grew up with us, we always would talk and I would always say, it just seems like she never wants her daughter to be more than what she was, which is sad, we're always congratulating, her daughter, but she never congratulates her own daughter. And I'm like, I have a problem with that, you know, because I always tell my son, hey, baby, if you can make more money than I can make, do that, you know. I don't want you to live paycheck to paycheck. I don't want you to ever struggle, you know. If you want to be a millionaire, like I always tell my son, you could do anything in this life as long as you put your mind to it. As long as you put the effort to it. I said the only thing I'm going to tell you is that it's going to be hard work, and that you sitting on your behind and playing video games is not going to do it. You're gonna have to work hard. But and I celebrate him all the time and his accomplishments and everything that he does. But my friend, she just doesn't do that with her daughter, and it's just so heartbreaking. And so her daughter had posted one day on her Facebook, she's like, I wish that my own family would, you know, celebrate with me, whenever I would, celebrate these moments with me. She's like, it's sad when strangers or, people that are not even related to me could tell me congratulations, but my own blood don't even tell me. And I was just like, it's just heartbreaking.
Well, Mary B, I will tell you something. When I graduated not high school, from college with my associate's degree, I had a family member tell me that, that's just an associate's degree. It wasn't university, so that doesn't really count.
Oh,
Wow.
wow. And that's
Wow.
all I have is an associate's.
And I was saying to myself, but the funny part about it, everybody, is that they don't even have an associate's degree.
Right.
Mm, mm, mm.
And they're telling me that's not a university, or like oh, that's not anything. I was like, did you go to school for 2 years or more?
Right.
That's hard.
That's really hard. I mean, you got up every day. Whatever you did, even if it's online, you still did the work. That's work. You
Exactly.
you wasn't sitting at home in front of a TV watching, talk shows.
Right.
Exactly.
You had to
And
Exactly.
better yourself.
right.
Hmm.
I just don't understand the hate and the, from
Mhm.
that comes from people,
Yeah.
especially when it's your own mother.
Mhm. I,
Um,
I I just don't understand the hatred that happens in families. Sometimes, that your family sometimes can be your worst enemies.
mm-hmm.
Girl, ain't that the truth, though?
Woo.
Oh, I don't like to say that because I don't like to go down a negative path, but it's a real talk, it's a real conversation to have
It
that.
it
Not
is.
everybody in your family is good people.
They're not. They're not. They are not.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
my friend has two daughters, and the first, so her oldest daughter that she mistreats, and she doesn't celebrate, um, and then she has the youngest daughter that she holds high up on the pedestal. Now that
Mhm.
youngest daughter, she has nothing really to do with her mom. She's cut her off. She's like, she sees like how her mom is. and it hurts her to the core. But it's like, this is exactly why. Now that daughter has cut you off because she sees how you are, and she sees, how you do everybody. And but then it's like, you don't take any kind of you don't take any, you don't stand up and see what's going on, and why this girl, and why this girl treats you the way she treats you, because it's how you are, you know.
Yeah.
And it's
I don't like it either, Mary B. And the hard part for me is now my nephew has graduated from college or to get his certificate in becoming a firefighter, and now of course the deadbeat daddy is trying to come back around and talk about my son.
oh, always.
Oh my goodness, girl.
Do you see my eyes rolling? Are they rolling up?
Girl,
And
And
now,
you
back
know
in the school.
what's so sad about that is it's still his father,
Uh-huh.
and he still has to respect him because he is his father.
Mm-hmm.
But girl, I be wanting to say a lot to them men like that.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I already said, you know, you do what you want to because that's your dad, but just know I won't be greeting him.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
Like, where were you?
Yeah, and all those years,
Mm-hmm.
because I think what is my nephew, 25,
Right.
24, 25? Yeah, where has he been his entire life?
Right. Right.
And you
Like,
know what gets me with these men? They want all these kudos, but you
mhm,
ain't did nothing.
ain't done a
Mhm,
thing.
mhm.
You ain't did nothing. And the nerve of you to
Yeah.
think that everybody else is supposed to go along with your mess.
Hmm.
Yeah, and now he's putting it on social media talk about my son is graduating.
Mm.
And I'm
Mm.
saying to myself, what about his uniforms? What about this? What about the times where he needed diapers and milk back
Right.
25 years ago, or when he was had a fever or had to
Mm-hmm.
go to the hospital? What about all those times?
Right.
Now that it's no work. He doesn't have to
Right.
do anything now. Now he can just sit back and say, "Oh yeah, look at that. He's such a good person."
Mm-hmm. Or when his mama had to go home from work because he was sick in daycare, and
Hmm.
she had to take off from work and she couldn't go to work,
Yeah.
and she missed time from work because she had to stay home and take care of him because he was sick.
Hmm.
Mhm. Well,
Yeah.
in our family, my sister didn't have to do that, fortunately, because she has so much brothers and sisters, and we all should be like, do like a text everybody and say, "Hey, I
Oh,
need
that's
someone to pick up." And then, out of seven of us plus my mom and dad, somebody was gonna go and get him. But
that's
we
awesome
as a family picked up the slack because he was not there.
because
I
he was
hate to say it like that, but that's what it is. We had to fill in because he was no good.
right. Exactly. Whew. Yeah.
Ooh,
That's
that's one thing that gets me fired up. If you want
mhm.
to see me get really pissed off, talk about deadbeats, and it's not just men. There's deadbeat women too.
Absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely. They're deadbeat. They're deadbeat women. That's why I say, um, because my son's father passed away. So I always say, and he was a great dad until he passed. So I have nothing bad to say about my son's father, because he was a great dad until he passed away. um I couldn't even imagine, you know dealing with a deadbeat dad. Like, I couldn't even imagine his dad being alive here, and just, and he's not being around. And I for 19 years I've had to do everything by myself, and he's just been around these
Yeah.
streets.
No, no, here's the kicker, everybody. Here is the kicker for all of it. He married somebody that has kids and he took care of those kids, but he doesn't take care of the ones that he had before he got married.
Girl,
Did the wife know that he had
Yes,
another
they all
child?
know.
Huh?
see,
She knew.
Yep.
uh,
The
see,
wife knew that he had a child.
Not
See,
child. He has two kids,
he has two kids, and
see,
the wife knew,
and she
and
doesn't
she
care
didn't
because
incorporate
he's
his
taking care
kids
of
and
his
everything.
that he has now. So
see. I hold her accountable too, because I'm like, she,
Exactly,
she just as
exactly.
bad. I'm like, so you a woman, and you knew this man had other children that he wasn't taking care of. Because I'm a woman like this. This is how I told my son's father when we got together. Because when he had his daughter, I said, okay, so this is your time with your. I said, so when are your days with your daughter? Oh, he goes, okay. So he goes, well, I pick her up on Wednesdays or whatever. My days are Wednesdays or whatever. I said, okay. So on Wednesdays, you and I don't see each other. You go spend your time with your daughter on Wednesdays or whatever. And I'll see you on another day, a Thursday or something or whatever when you don't have her. And that's what I did. I made sure the days that he had her, you spend those days with her. I'll see you on another day. That you know what I'm saying? I'm not
mhm.
coming in those days when you have her. You spend your time with your daughter.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and that's how and me and her have a great relationship. Me and my son's sister have a great relationship to this day. She's almost 30 years old.
Wow, that's amazing. See, that's the kind of stuff that I love. But what I don't like is that, okay, like speaking of my nephew and my nieces, their father situation. What
Hmm.
upsets me about it is like all these years, my family has put it into the work. My mom, my dad, my brothers, my sisters, other people like my friends, all of us has raised up these kids to be who they are now, and now that is easy, and now they've become successful in whatever they've done. Now everybody is like my grandson, my granddaughter,
Mm.
and that's what, like, I can't get on board with it. I know that they said that that's not good and you shouldn't be petty and all that stuff, but all those
That ain't
years
petty.
when we were struggling, I don't. Mm-mm. I just can't. I just can't deal with his side of the family.
I'm with you, Marlene. I am. I'm with you. I don't know. I'm with you on that. I'm so with you
Like, I
because they
know
could
they
have
say
been
you
tag
should
team.
forgive and forget, but that part when we were struggling, mm-mm.
Because they could have been tag teaming with you on. I'm like that with my son's family. They all lived here in San Diego. They could have been helping me with him.
Mm-hmm.
They all could have been helping me with him. Whether I mean, my son's family, they're a big family. My son has more family than I have.
Wow.
So thank goodness nobody stepped up and been like, at his graduation, they wasn't, nobody came really to his graduation or whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a sad situation, but
Yeah, it
you know,
is.
it's thank goodness. I mean, he doesn't show anything. He doesn't say anything about it, but I be wondering if it affects him
You
in
should
any
you
type of way.
should because I had to have those conversations with my nephew and my
Yeah.
niece and tell them, what year how they treat you is not a reflection of your worth. It does not mean that we don't love you, we don't care about you, we don't support you. Sometimes people can't give because of what they're going through and they're selfish, but don't think that you're not somebody important and special. And you got to put that into those kids because they'll feel like, why didn't they love me like you did?
Right. Right.
Mhm. And I don't.
Yeah.
I just I can't because my parents being older and everything, they started all over again, being in their late 60s to raise his kids when that wasn't my parents' responsibility, but because he didn't know how to be a man,
Right.
you know, I was
Right.
like, you need to man up. That's one thing that I can't stand is a deadbeat mama or a deadbeat daddy.
No, I can't either. That's why I said one day, I don't
Hey,
know if
Rose
with
one.
this YouTube situation, if it kicks off the way it does, I used to say that I want to help single mothers like myself. But no, I've switched it to single parents like myself because I do realize that there's single mothers that are not doing their thing, and there's single dads out here that need help. So I have switched it to single parents. I am going to help single parents like myself because there's single dads out here that are doing their things
Yes.
just like I have done
Yeah.
with my son.
Mm-hmm.
And they need help too. So that is my motive to get out here and help single parents, single working parents like myself that have been out here taking care of their kids by themselves. And if they need help with like a mortgage, or they need help with like rent, clothing for their children, or if I can give them some kind of relief, somewhere in their life, a car, or something like that. You know, that's what I want to be able to do. Take some stress off of a single parent life.
Right. That's what I feel like. I always have said, like
Hmm.
when we were going through that, which was like 20 something years ago, I wish that there was, when you are taking care of kids, like sometimes you just want to I just need 20 minutes
Yeah,
or I'm going to
I feel
snap.
you.
If I don't get 20 minutes away from these kids, I'm going to snap. And I wish
Absolutely.
they had something like that, that like anytime you want, you can just drop off these kids. If you just need a half an hour, you need an hour, you need 2 hours. It
Yes.
should be something like, non-judgment, because sometimes you're like on the brink. Like if I don't drop off these kids, I'm going to hurt them.
Right. 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 Exactly. Yeah. Because I always, I get on people like that. I used to get on people like that on Twitter all the time because they would get on these celebrities and stuff. Well, where are your kids? They see these celebrities. Well, where are your kids at? Excuse you. They at home probably with a nanny, and it's okay for them to be away for them from their
Right.
kids for the night. Like they don't have to be up underneath their kids 24/7. I'm like, it's okay for them to be out having a good time. It does not make them a bad parent. I'm like, you guys don't understand that being up underneath your kids 24/7 is not a good thing. Too much of anything in your life is not a good thing. Too much work, too much of your husband, too much of
Mm-hmm.
your family, too much of
Yeah.
anything in your life is not a good thing. I mean, I know I get on my son's nerves. You know what I'm saying?
Miss Betty says she's not babysitting.
She's not babysitting. I know that's right. You
Miss
know?
Betty, I don't babysit neither. I whoop kids.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I smack them on the hands.
Mm.
Don't touch this. I'm not rearranging my house because your kids come over. They should
Oh
learn
no,
how to
Miss
not
Betty, that
touch
doesn't
stuff.
that doesn't make you a bad grandma. My mom always said, it was 10 of us kids. My mom always said, "I'll help you if I can, but don't depend on it."
Miss April sounds just like my mama. My mama said, I told my mama because my mama had all this glass stuff in the house and stuff. And I said,
Mhm.
Mama, what we gonna do when I have the baby? I said, all this stuff is up in here. She said, it's gonna be right here. He ain't, she said, he gonna learn not to touch it. I'm not, she said, I'm not putting all this stuff up. She said, he gonna learn not to touch it. She sounds just like my mama when she
Yeah,
said
I'm
that.
not rearranging my house because you sitting over your baby kids in my
No, they make it.
I love it.
I'm gonna spank, clap their hands, and don't touch my glasses. Don't touch this.
Mm-mm,
We
mm,
be having all kind of precious items
mm-mm,
in our homes, in our living rooms.
mm-mm.
That
Mom,
teaches
my
them not
mom
to
didn't
touch
play that
anything.
either.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Miss April.
I said, I'm like Betty. I'm not rearranging anything. Your kids should know not to touch my items. Now, I want to go back to what you were saying. Any guy that I dealt with that had kids, I included their kids. A woman that gets with a man that knows he has kids and you don't acknowledge them or try to bring them into y'all life, you're pathetic. you're pathetic.
Listen, Miss April. My mom always said, if if you're not a good, woman or a man, I'm not gonna acknowledge you. And my mom said, and I mean that. You don't treat your kids right. You don't treat other people right. I'm not act like I don't know you either, because she's like, I didn't raise you that way. And my mom was not playing. And she said, and she meant that on everything.
It's a package deal. And,
Exactly.
and that's how it should be. And if, yeah, I mean, any guy that I've ever dealt with, like, I had a son. And if, we was going to be anything serious, and I knew that, we were going to be anything serious, first off, I mean, nobody would ever get introduced to my son unless it was a serious situation. My son never met anybody unless it was going to be a serious, situation. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you can't, and then you can't have everybody around your kids.
Mm-mm.
Ooh, Mary. Let me say this. How do I say it without not saying it wrong? I don't think it's no right way to say it, but I see people. Okay, every time they get into a relationship, they got kids,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody that they meet, they telling their kids to call them daddy or uncle.
Uncle, yes.
Oh no, no.
Oh,
Yes.
I gotta turn my camera off for that one. Mm-mm.
Girl, yes. I'm telling you.
That ain't your uncle, and they not your daddy.
My friend was like that. Are you gonna have Jordan call him daddy? I said, first off, this is a booty call. And Jordan will never meet this man. Never. Okay. Jordan don't meet people that I just smash on. This is my business right here. He ain't even at home. He don't, so he will never meet this guy. And on top of that, Jordan got one daddy, and he only called his daddy. That was it. Never, even the guy that I was in a relationship for 3 years, he never called dad. He called him by his name. I was never going to let him call him daddy, because his daddy was a father to him. So I was like, I'm not gonna sit up here and let him disrespect Michael in that sense. I was like, I just felt that way. I was like, because of Michael was such a good dad to him, and he had a father already. I was like, he already had a father figure. No, I was like, he don't need to be calling no other man daddy. I was like, I just felt that was just the way I was going to do things with my son. Even though he was 14 months old when his father passed away, and he still didn't really remember him as he got older, I was not going to have him call another man daddy. No.
Yeah, and also on the other side, I've heard guys that, every time they get with a new girl, the kids is calling them mama or auntie.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
Exactly.
really?
Mm-hmm.
That confuses children.
It does. Yep.
Because and they're like, but I thought the last one was my daddy.
Exactly.
Right.
This one my daddy too?
Right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I got a revolving circle with daddy and mamas.
Mm-hmm.
Who's next? Like,
Mm-hmm.
who's next? Everybody does not get that right neither.
No.
I believe that as time goes on, if that kid feels comfortable,
Right.
they should be allowed to make that decision.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're seeing someone, they'll have that respect, and they'll do it.
Right.
If they do it, that's fine. But to tell them, like, this another uncle, shoot. Some of these kids be like, well, good God Almighty. Mama's
Right.
sleeping with the uncle.
Yeah, don't tell these kids who know about the Bible, because they'd be like, isn't that what's the term where you mess with your own family? I can't.
Yeah,
I just had a blank.
Incest.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Incest.
Yeah.
Yes, ain't that incest?
Uh-huh.
Well, wait a minute. That's my uncle. So wait a minute. Is that your brother that you? Well,
Yeah,
wait
Right.
a
like
minute.
what is going on?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Exactly. I will. Well, my son is 19 now. I mean, he's to the point. He's like, I don't want to meet anybody. He's like, I don't care. I don't want to meet anybody that you talking to. He's like, I'm good. Leave me out
Wow.
of that. He's like, I was like, even if I meet somebody long term, no, I don't want to meet nobody. Um, he's
That's what
just
he's just saying. That
he
he's
don't want me to talk to nobody. He is very my son is very, what you call that? Um
Protective of you.
yes.
Protective.
territorial.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
territorial is I don't
Yeah.
know what.
Yeah, what is it with boys with their mamas? Where
Please
That's
tell
they
me.
think
boys.
they can run the mothers. What is that?
Please tell me when you find out, cuz
Girl, honey, I've been waiting. I've been waiting.
Well, let
Like
me tell you
I ain't
something.
your woman. I'm your mama.
yes.
My brother used to do that all the time to my mama. Like my mom would get dressed and go and tell about where are you going
Mm.
and who's gonna be there. I was like, what? You ain't my daddy.
Right. Yeah. Talking about, well, what you need to be going out on a date for. I was like, excuse me? I am 46 years old.
Yeah.
I'm like, you all up in my business.
Yeah. And my brother used to like to say, oh, dad's letting you go. He was like, you better
Ah,
be careful, little boy. You better be
okay.
careful. Your dad don't let me do nothing. I let myself.
Right. Yeah, these boys and they mamas, I don't know what it
I
is.
know it's off the chain.
Mm-mm. Mm.
I
I
don't I
mean,
don't know what it is. Well, I can't even talk about boys because I was awful about my daddy. I was awful.
really?
I was all I just so I got to be honest because I would be lying. I was awful about my daddy. I didn't like my mama to spend no time with him.
Mm.
Every time I would see it, like it was something inside of me. I was like, I got to break that up. Mhm.
Wow.
I don't know. I was just extremely jealous. Like I didn't want nobody having no time with my daddy. I was like,
Mm.
Mom said, you know, this is my husband. I said, yes, he is my daddy.
And I was a daddy's girl too, but I don't know. I think maybe because my daddy he spent a lot of time with me versus my mama, but and that's probably why, because he gave me a lot of his time, so I didn't have to like really break up the time between the two of them. But I think if he would have like if it would have just been like the two of them, I think. But then I know I remember I used to come in the room and then I'd be watching TV with him. I get in between them and stuff, but maybe that was my way. But
Yes,
yeah.
you sound like me. Every time when my dad would put his arm around my mama, I'd be like, you know, this is my girl. I'd be like, I don't care. I don't care. Mm-mm.
Mm,
Break that up. Break that up.
wow.
I
Yeah.
never used to. I don't know. I don't know. I thought it was just my family, but I hear a lot of my friends said they were the same way about their daddy too. I couldn't
Yeah.
stand my daddy to have spend no time with another woman. I didn't care if
Wow.
it was my brothers or another guy. I was like, well, okay, whatever, that's cool, but mm, let it be a girl. Mm.
That is, oh my goodness. Speaking from being a son, you must want to protect her from harm. And remember, ladies, kids watch what y'all go through in relationships. Yeah, Derek is
Yeah.
right.
Yep,
Derek is
Derek,
right.
I agree.
I agree
Mhm.
because yeah, my boyfriend, he was like he used to want to argue all the time. Oh my goodness. And my son did pick up on that whole thing. Like, well, you guys argued a lot. And and he it used to and I used to just be like and I used to just be like, at the time I was like, always, defending myself all the time in that relationship. And not really, towards the end, I caught on to it just being like, okay, yeah, it is what it is. I had to, I caught on to just being like, it is what it is. And that's how you shut it down. But in the beginning, it was like, I gave him what he wanted, which was to argue. And, so it was like towards the end, I learned how to shut it down, but it was like too late. So my son was like, I think it's just what it was. He was just trying to be the protector about that. But yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I was about to say that too. I can't imagine, what that would be like if I had saw that, because was so protective over my daddy.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I was everything. Like if my mom said something, I was like, "You don't talk to daddy like that." It's my daddy. He wasn't nobody else's daddy but mine. Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, that is funny. Oh
Yeah, it's crazy.
yeah. See, I was almost like the only child because, hey Lisby, my brother was older, but my brother was locked up all the time. He was
Oh.
older than myself. He wasn't my dad's son, but my daddy treated him just like his own. He treated him just like he was his son. But my brother was on drugs, so he was in and out of jail all the time. So I was the only one that was like at home all the time. So it was just, and then my mother, she was an alcoholic. So sometimes,
Mm.
she was in the household, but she really wasn't present. So a lot of times it was, me and my daddy, we was together, we'd be playing games and stuff. And then, it was my daddy that was like, getting me ready for school, playing games with me, getting me dressed, taking care of me and stuff like that. So I had a lot of one-on-one time with my father. So that's probably why I, didn't feel like I needed to steal a lot of his time, because I had a lot of one-on-one time with him.
Okay,
I,
I
I
want to chime in on something real fast.
Sure, Miss April.
Go ahead, Miss April.
Okay, the realness and Derek, as a single mom, now I understand our sons have to be protective of us, but being protective and trying to run my life, uh, you know, that's two different subjects. Like, um, and I can understand the protective, but it's not a child's place. A child still have to stay in a place.
Okay, Miss April. Now that you just brought that up, a child has to stay in a child place. I used to hear that all the time as a child. What is a child's place?
Well,
I want to hear what
that
everybody has
means
to say.
that means you knock on my door before entering.
Hmm.
Um, it's none of your it's none of your business. You don't have no rights when I'm taking care of you.
Okay. What do you have to say about that, Mary?
um, I can see what she's saying, because, like, I'm getting ready to go out on a date, and here my son is asking me, well, what do I need to be going out on a date for? And I'm a 46-year-old woman. Like, I can't even make my own decisions about going out on a date with somebody. Like, like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, my son had the audacity to sit up here to tell me, when I was like, going out on dates at one point, and I was going out on dates. I wasn't having sex with these men. I was just going out meeting guys. He's
Hmm.
like, you gonna end up with something. I said, excuse you? He's like,
Mm-mm.
I'm just saying you're gonna catch a disease or something. I said, Jordan, I said, let me tell you something. There is a difference between going out here, sleeping with people, and dating people. I said, I am not having sex with everybody I go out on a date with. I said, As a matter of fact, I had told him, I said, I haven't even had sex with any of these men that I'm going out with. I said, I'm going out, meeting them. I said, we have a conversation. We may go for a walk on the beach or whatever. And I said, hell, I may not even see them again because I'm like, they just not my cup of tea or I'm not their cup of tea. That's it. I said, it's not about just because you meet somebody, you're pulling your pants down, you know? I said, like, I don't know. I said, you've never been on a date in your life. I said, so you watching too much TV, you know? I said, that's not how it is, you know? I said, he goes, oh, so he just didn't understand what it was that I was doing. You know what I'm
See,
saying?
see, he made assumptions.
He made assumptions. Exactly. You know,
Right.
he didn't get it. And I had to explain to him what it was like dating. And I had to even tell his cousin the same thing with her grown 50-year-old self, you know, because she was like, well, make sure you wear condoms. And I said, what? I said, what's wrong with y'all? I said, I'm not going out here busting it wide open. What the hell is wrong with y'all? I
But first
said,
of all, what makes them think they could say that to you? That's what I say.
exactly,
They're
Miss
supposed to
April.
stay in their place.
Right.
Can't tell their mother, well, I hope you don't get any diseases and catch wear condoms.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
what gives, what person on this God Green's earth think you can tell me something like that?
Right. They be so mad at Miss April. They be so angry because we're going out here and we're doing things that they don't want us to do. It's like we're having communications and we're getting outside, we're meeting people, and they don't want us to do that, you know.
See, Mary,
Really?
Mary, the whole thing about it is no child wants to see their parents as a sexual being.
That's just it right there, Marlene.
Well,
That
that's
is
I came to the conclusion because it used to like my blood would boil when I would see my daddy kiss my mama. Like I don't like that. I was like, stop doing that.
that's just it, Marlene. That's just it
I
because
hated it. I hated it. I know that that doesn't make sense to some people, but I used to hate it. I used to try to break it up by any means necessary.
Oh, Lord.
right. Because one of his friends said something one day, and he made a comment about me being pretty, and George said, "Hey man, what you say?" And his face frowned up, and his friend got kind of scared, right? He said, "Oh no,"
Uh-oh.
he said, "Oh no," he said, "Hey man, what you say?" And he said, "Oh no, man. I mean, I was just complimenting your mom, man." And I said, "Jordan," I said, "Calm down." I said he was just saying I'm pretty, like,
No,
and
they don't
Jordan
like
was
that.
like, I mean, he looked like he was about ready to like punch the dude and stuff. And the dude was like scared and stuff. I was like, calm down. I was like, he was just giving me a compliment. But you're
Mm-mm.
right. They don't want that. They don't want to see that their parents are in that light. You're right. They don't want to see that, you know.
And you're so correct with that too, because me and my sister were 14 years apart. And I can remember, and my brother were 11 months apart. And we were like pregnant. They still doing it? Like, our parents still doing stuff like.
Right.
So yeah, it's hard to envision. Yeah,
Right.
your parents still having sex. It is. It's weird. I was embarrassed when my mother was pregnant. I was in the 8th grade.
Really?
Miss April, you was embarrassed.
I was embarrassed. Like, yeah, yeah, because she came to my 8th grade graduation. Was she pregnant then? I don't know, but I was just embarrassed. Yeah, it's like, oh, everybody will know my mom and dad sleeping together. But
Right.
Oh, see,
yeah,
my thing is, I thought, the only reason, because you're young and stuff, like 11, 12 years old where you're just forming your ideas about what sex really is. And I was like, well, I'm here already. And that was the purpose to do it. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm here. So all of that cut all that out now.
Right. We all think like it stops once we get here,
It
right?
stops because I'm here, Look, I'm the prize.
Right. Exactly. Cause I mean, I was shocked too with my mama because she was like, girl, she was like, and she's like, she's like, me and your daddy, we didn't have sex in this house. I said, well, wait a minute now. I was 19 when we bought this house. I'm like, you and daddy was still getting it on. I'm like, ugh, you know.
Yeah, disgusting, right?
I'm like, I thought I was the only one that had sex in this house. I was like, like, oh my gosh. I was like, okay. But yeah, oh my goodness, that is crazy.
And the another part that I didn't like, when you come from a big family and I have brothers, it's like as a girl, I never got to do and when I say nothing, I got to do
Mhm.
nothing until I was in college.
Really?
Everywhere I went, my brothers would drive past looking. I look and they tell me, there goes your brother. Mm-mm-mm.
Mm.
My
Mm.
brothers didn't play. I was like, God, can y'all leave me alone?
Oh my goodness, they was following you around.
They would follow me around. And they wasn't playing, I guess, because in our family we have a long history of teenage pregnancies, and my brothers already said, I don't care what you do. When you turn 20, you can
Mm-hmm.
do what you want to, but there will be no teen pregnancies with you, and I
I know
mean
that's
that.
right, right, yeah, because that's what we had at. I mean, a lot of the girls that I grew up with, they were all pregnant by 14, 14, 16 years old. And my father was like, like my one friend, he didn't even want me to hang around her because she had gotten pregnant at 16. And I was like, Daddy, that does not trust me. I'm like, I am not trying to get pregnant at no 16. I was like, her life does not look fun. I said she can't even go and do nothing. I'm trying to get my license. I'm trying to, drive, and she's with this baby and then stuff like that. Like that does not look fun. And I was like, I'm not trying to do that, because of course your my day he just like I don't want you hanging out with her, and he thought that I was gonna
Mhm.
end up pregnant too, and I was like, no, I'm like I don't, I'm like I'm thinking to myself, I'm wearing condoms, but
Yeah,
I'm
they don't want
like
to hear that.
no, but
Yeah.
I'm like her and her boyfriend was being irresponsible. They not wearing condoms, but me and my boyfriend we're wearing condoms. We're being trying to be responsible, and
Mm-mm. Well,
but
and also I grew up in a Caribbean family, so Caribbean parents don't play that. Those like your only boyfriend is math, science. I'm talking about get to know them very well.
right.
That's the only boyfriend you gonna have, and they weren't playing. And my mom and daddy used to say, and your brothers will be watching.
Oh wow, yeah. See, that's good. I'm glad you had your brothers here.
Yeah,
That's
well,
good.
it wasn't fun. I was like, I never got to have any fun. Even like if I was skipping school, I'm at the park or wherever, I would see my brother talk about, come on, let's go back to school.
Oh
I'm like,
Lord.
dang God.
But just
Did
messing that
did
up.
anybody remember when the parents used to go to the classrooms when the kids was acting up?
Yes.
Yes, and my mama was one of them who would show up. Mom talk about don't act up because my mom would show up in rollers, her house
Mm.
coat, and
Mm.
she is gonna shine. Where is Marlene? Have you seen Marlene? Oh, she would walk through the whole school. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, we've had them. I've had some friends with parents like that
Hmm.
walk through the school like that with rollers and the robe. Yep.
Hmm.
And,
Yeah.
and they didn't come to check the teacher. They
No,
come
Nope.
to
they came to
check the
check me.
kids behind
Mm-hmm.
for disrespect or disruptive behavior in the
Mm-hmm.
classroom.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
It's not
you're
like
in
that now.
school. You're supposed to listen to the teacher. Yes,
Right.
Yeah.
yes.
It's not
Yeah,
like that
my
now.
mom
Now,
checked me because back in the day, if you missed one of your classes, they would call your parent and say
sure would.
they were missing one class. My mom showed up and be like, "Where were you last period?" Oh,
Mm,
Jesus. I
yeah,
couldn't even say anything.
yeah.
Gary, you have 13 grown kids. Woo, that's a lot of kids to have.
Woo
Yeah,
wee.
I meant to go back to that comment.
13 kids?
Who? Let
Mm,
me see.
Do they all know each other? That's another thing, too. I
yeah.
remember when my father was dying, I was taking care of him. And I
Ooh.
asked him, I said, do you have any kids, outside kids, that I need to know about? Because I don't want nobody coming to the funeral acting a fool talking about their daddy.
Okay.
Mhm. Well, I also had the opposite too, having Jamaican parents. I don't know if you all are familiar with this, but my parents was like, "You don't start nothing, but you gonna finish it." I remember one day I came home and my shirt was torn and I had blood on. Some little girl had pushed me down. My
Mhm.
my daddy took me right back up to the school and said, "Go and fight her,"
I know that's right.
and I
Mhm.
mean that.
I know that's right.
And I was like, I don't want to cry. And he was like, you ain't gonna run away from stuff. And now that I'm older, I understand what my daddy was talking about. But back then, that was not fun.
I know that's right.
Mm.
I
My
know.
dad was like, "Who? You?" We said, "What?
Okay.
Somebody beat you up and you ran away? Oh no, we gonna handle. Come on."
Yeah, you gotta shoot, could toughen you up, and I
Yeah,
bet you she will never mess with you again.
yeah. Because my dad said, if you don't fight her, say all your brothers is going.
Oh man.
All four of my brothers. My brothers say, yes, we will fight a kid.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. But yeah, back where Miss April was saying like how the mamas was coming up to the school, like nowadays it's like it's what's sad is like the teachers are not getting they're not getting any like they're not getting any response from the parents. Like when I was going to the school and when my son was like having like learning disabilities and stuff with his school, like the reading comprehension and stuff, when I was getting him help and stuff in school and getting him extra help and stuff at school, and they would like ask the teachers will actually thank me for coming up to the school, and they would be like, thank you for coming up here, thank you for returning my phone call, and I'm like, what do you mean thank you? Like I
Because
know
some
my
parents don't, Mary. Some parents don't.
And I'm like, I was blown away that they would tell me that, they're not getting calls back, like, or some parents just like, it's your problem, fix it. It's like, what? Like, no, my son is having an issue, like he's struggling. I want my son to, I want to help my baby. You know what I'm saying? I want him to be confident, and I want to help fix whatever issue that we can, so that he can excel in life, you know what I'm saying? And he was able to, excel in life and be able to be in on the honor roll and stuff like that. And I'm like, are you serious? These parents are not coming up here. And just like you were saying, Marlene, they weren't calling back. They didn't care. And they were like, and that's why I was saying, I said, no, I care about what's going on with my son. I care. I do. I want to, let's get him better. If there's something I could do or whatever, let's get him help. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
they was like, they were always like, I just want to thank you, and while we appreciate you, and we see that he has a mom that cares, and you're such a great mom. And I'm like, they're thanking me for being, I'm like, they're thanking me for being a good mom. And I'm like, you're thanking me for being a good mom. You think for what? This is what I'm supposed to do though. I'm supposed to be here for my kid. But I just
Yeah,
thought, I
yeah,
was like,
but
crazy.
Mary, so many aren't. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Unfortunately, in today's society, there's not a lot of good moms and good dads out there.
Yeah.
Not because they don't want to, but everybody is going from whatever they're going through, and
Yeah.
some people, when they become a mother and a father, nobody gets taught how to be a good mother or father. It just, this is your situation now, you got to take care of these kids, and some
Hmm.
people don't know how to be a good parent.
Right. 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 Yeah. So,
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, what does happen now?
see you later,
The
East
crack,
Dad.
the crack epidemic and stuff
Yeah.
that spiraled a lot of people in
Yeah.
my age group.
That's one of the reasons why my parents moved us out of New York.
They so
Hmm.
Because
you had
the crack epidemic
yeah,
in the
it
80s.
really divided, man. That crack did something to the whole black family. Because
Mhm.
Mm.
now you got you had grandparents that were raising kids of relatives, so they would not go into the system. And a lot of those people, they were tired. They had raised their kids. Now they're stuck with the grandkids. Yes, they were stuck with them because it wasn't something that they wanted to do, but they wasn't going to let their kids, grandkids, go in the system. So they were older. So they
Mm.
were able to go to the basketball games and do that. They were tired.
Right.
They were tired. They had raised their kids. And so, uh,
Yeah. Yeah, they were tired, and
mhm,
what I don't like at all is how sometimes, not all the time, I'm not shooting no darts at anybody, but sometimes kids, because they have kids when they're young, and they're not mature enough, so they leave everything on the parents, and then these poor parents are bogged down, and then when a grandparent makes a decision, then the actual parent gets mad, because
Hmm.
I used to see that all the time, like with my siblings and my parents, and I used to be like on the sidelines, like, that's not right. You don't want to step up and do what you're supposed to do, but then when mom or their grandparent is telling them the right thing, they don't, now they want to be a parent.
Hmm.
yeah, you want to interject when it comes to discipline, but you've been out in the streets doing what you want to do. Now, don't you come in here.
Right.
Mhm.
Don't you come in here.
That
Mm-mm.
that used to get me upset, but I couldn't say nothing because at the time I was just like a teenager. But I used to see it and I'd be like, "That ain't right. That ain't right." Oh, now they can be a good grandparent when it's time for them to have money or they need a ride
Hmm.
to school or something like that. But when it comes to something that is whatever that you don't agree with, now you have to have no say. I don't agree with that.
Hmm.
If you're gonna back out, let your parents do it, or stand up and be the parent. You can't straddle the fence.
Right.
Yeah. So I never liked that when I was growing up.
Mm.
Yeah, boys to men, they know the man wants the same thing they want from his mother. Hmm. Yeah, but that's why boys don't like it. And
Mm-mm.
I can say that girls don't like it either.
No, they don't, man. I don't know, and I keep thinking that my son, maybe because he's getting older, maybe he gonna change or something. I'd be like,
Nope, nope, nope.
I'd be like, maybe, and then I'm like, well, maybe I'm like, maybe if he start dating or something, or get a girl of his own or something, maybe he'll change or something. But I don't even see that
Nope.
happening.
Nope, because my brother was fully married and he would still be coming over in my mama business.
What?
Yes, he was.
You mean I'm gonna have to live out the rest of my life
The
like
rest
this?
of your life. And my brother be like, no, you're not. Where are you going, ma'am? And say, can you put on a sweater?
Oh man.
I have a question to ask the panel.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if your siblings are married, and if your siblings decide to cheat, do you allow them to bring their girlfriends around you?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
No.
I don't want no part of it.
Neither do I.
Yep. Because in my family, when we had a family member who had a very good spouse, cheated on the spouse, and then now come back with a new girlfriend, we already said don't bring that girlfriend over here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Nope. And he had the nerve to be mad. I was like, "What you
Mm-hmm.
mad for?"
Right.
No.
We don't want no parts of that. Cause
Say
I
if you,
gotta.
say if you want to do that, go over to her house
Mm-hmm. I
with
got a
her
friend.
family. Go
I
ahead,
got a.
Mary.
I got a friend right now, though, dog. Um, got a good wife, and just can't seem to keep his stuff in his pants. And I told him, don't you mess around on her. I Well, it just don't seem like I just can't get enough. I can't get enough sex. I said, well, you know what? You need to go to the doctor and see if he needs to give you some kind of shot, give you some kind of hormone suppressant or something, or just cut it off. Cause I was like, I'm sick of you. I said, I am sick of you. I said, you got you a really good wife. And I said, and she don't deserve that. She don't deserve it. I said, she just don't. And I said, and I was like, I'm tired of you. I'm like, you know, you are every time, you going and you, and I said, and for what? Like, for what? I said, for, for, for what, 20 minutes of pleasure. And I said, for what? I said, you gonna mess around on her and then what? And then I'm
And that
like,
girl and that person, that's the thing that people don't understand. The person that you're cheating with, they're not going to stick around. No,
no. And I'm like, you don't even want this woman. You don't.
you
And I
leaving a
said,
whole good woman or a whole good man for
right.
trash.
Exactly. And I said, it's just sex. It's just sex. I said, you're not gonna leave you're not even gonna leave your marriage for this woman. So what's the point in doing it? Because you're not having enough sex in your marriage, because your wife is going through some hormonal changes and she's not giving you enough sex. Like, it's just not worth it. Like, I'm like,
Mhm.
I just, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I just, I'm like, I'm pissed off about it, and
Mhm.
he just really did. He just pissed me off with it. And I just, so I was just like, he just, I don't know. And he's like, he always said, well, the devil made me do this. The devil ain't made you do
Right.
shit. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, I'm so sick of
Mm-mm.
hearing that BS. You know what I'm saying?
It's just an excuse.
It's an
That's all.
excuse. You know what I'm saying? Because you knew it was wrong. I'm sitting up here telling you it's wrong before you're even doing it. I'm telling you it's wrong. You got a good wife, man, and you just doing it all, all because you just want to do it, and just because you so-called can't get enough, and
Mhm.
it's just like, and I'm like, I don't want no parts of it. Don't sit up here and say you come into my house and you going out with this woman. Do not use me as no alibi. Cause I was
Mhm.
like, I'm gonna end up saying something. So don't put me in nowhere in that. I'm like, I'm gonna tell you right now, do not use my name nowhere in that. Like, you coming and helping me with stuff. And I was like, leave me
Mhm.
out of that. You better tell her you going to do something somewhere else. No, I was like, cause I don't want to hear nothing with, I don't want to be involved.
Yeah,
So yeah.
we already told this family same thing. We already told this family member when they did, and we found out that he had had an affair. We
Uh-huh.
said, "Well, you better stay over there on this side because you can't bring whoever the next person. You can't bring them over here."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Okay, so back to the kid thing.
Okay, Miss April.
When
Uh-huh.
you find out that they got an outside child, what do you do?
Oh, but I would support the child because the child has nothing to do with the
Yeah,
situation.
the baby don't have nothing to do with the situation. It's not the baby's fault.
Mm-mm. I would support that baby and love that baby, but I'd be like, come and get your child. But I'm not
Right.
going over there where you are with them. Mm-mm. I'm not doing that part.
I wouldn't exclude the child, but I would
The,
exclude the
the mother.
parents.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because that baby's gonna be blood, and that baby is gonna feel everything. Gonna feel definitely gonna feel like the outside being like, okay, I'm outside it and all kind of stuff, and it's not the baby's fault at all. But I definitely wouldn't have anything to do with the adult, because the adult knows what's going on. She knows that she is the problem, but that baby is like born out of, you know,
Hmm.
and
Yeah. And the kids always know, they already know they're an outside child,
right.
you know. So you don't need to make them feel any less, but I wouldn't participate in any shenanigans.
Right,
Of
right.
the, yeah.
Motor City Scratcher said I would tell on his butt.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I
Wow.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Derek, I commend you for raising your grandson.
He
That's
said I'm
great.
raising my grandson right now. The new
Mm-hmm.
thing is the use of pills and meth is a dang shame. Yeah, Derek. I know I've always said that too. I always tell my son, I'm like, make sure, because my son talking about he wants 4 kids. He wants 2 girls and 2 boys. I said, well, make sure you be ready to raise them, because I was like, I don't want to be starting all over. And
mm,
but in the sense of like, yeah, you don't want to be leaving if the kids coming up in a bad environment. You don't want to leave them if no bad environments and stuff.
yeah.
I definitely.
Yeah. Well, what do you do in those situations? Because I see a lot of times, and especially in urban communities where people have kids, it's not a good environment for those kids to be in.
Hmm.
And nobody in the family wants the responsibility of raising a child, but that's still a part of your family.
It's still a part of your family, I
I
know.
still feel some type of way about that. Like everybody says, well, I don't want to raise them, but I don't know.
Right.
I just feel like the whole family should step up.
The whole family should, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, honey, family ain't what they used to be.
They show ain't, Miss April.
Oh, Miss April, I was just talking about this with one of my best friends the other day. I feel like the decline in society is because there's not a lot of big mamas
It's not. Hi,
like
Charlene.
how it was back in the day, because I didn't have grandparents, but I had aunties, and my aunties used to be like, you know, it didn't matter if my friends were just coming over to visit me. If they were in her house, you
Right.
were gonna get the smoke too.
Yeah.
That's why I want to bring back the big mama, starting with me and my family, with my grandkids. That's why I want my grandkids to call me big mama.
Mm.
Well, unfortunately, the kids nowadays, they don't feel like they should listen to the elders.
That's true.
You know,
They're very
you don't mean
disrespectful.
nothing to them. They kills me with this
Well,
with this woke
Miss April,
stuff.
don't you
I'm
think?
woke. I'm woke. I ain't been sleeping. I
Yes,
just
Miss
choose
April.
not.
But don't you think that a lot of times kids are disrespectful because the parents they dropped the ball and they weren't disciplining, And now when they start talking back or acting out, now they want to say, "Oh no, I need to do something," when it's too late.
Yeah, the way, and I can just speak for me. The way these kids are now, they don't feel like they have to listen to the elders and stuff like that. We not woke, you know. But I guess I've been sleeping, so I
Well,
guess.
guess what, Miss April, what my mama used to say. Say, as long as I'm feeding you and you under my roof, it don't matter what you think and what you like. You make no decisions and you pay no bills in here. And my mom was from the old school. I remember one day I acted up, and those of you who know when I was talking back and acting out, and you remember the old school phones that you had to press the button with the curly um the curly telephone loop thing. My mom took that thing and lassoed me and drew me back into the corner like the rodeo.
Goodness.
I didn't even know my mom did that thing so fast. I did something and I walked away and she just and pulled me right into the corner. And I was looking at her eye to eye.
Mm.
Girl, I done been hit by shoes.
Hmm.
Anything that was near
Anything
the
with
family,
within
when you
Well,
reach.
acted up, they threw anything at you.
yeah.
That's
Now they would call that child abuse.
Yeah.
that's the, that's that Southern mama stuff. I know it because
Hmm.
mom
Yeah. That's a Southern mama because that's what my mama did. My mama lassoed me. Anything that my mom could get, she was going to throw it at you. Do whatever.
ashtrays,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
whatever.
Ashtray, a high heel shoe.
I'm telling
Hmm.
you,
Mm-hmm.
anything she can get her hands on, remote control, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
whatever was in within the reach of that woman's hand was coming at my head.
Yeah. I
If I
remember I
out of
remember
pocket.
when I was in high school, I decided I wasn't gonna go to school no more.
Mm,
And I said, ain't nobody gonna make me go to school. And my dad said, what did she say? And I heard my mama say that. And
uh-huh.
then I woke up choking. My mom went and filled up a whole thing of water and ice and threw it in the bed.
Wow.
Hmm.
Tell me,
Mm.
you awake? Good. Now get in there and get ready for school.
Oh my
That was the
goodness.
end of that. I thought I was gonna sleep in that day, go hang out with my friends. No. Hmm.
Oh my
And
goodness.
see, when we tell stories like this, they want to say that's child abuse.
Yeah,
No,
they
Right.
it
say
ain't.
what my mom did with that was abuse. But I'm telling you, if my mother did not have that kind of tough love with me and buckle down on me, I definitely would have dropped out of school. And now I would have been saying, I wish my mama would have did something.
Yeah.
Hmm. When it was too late. Sometimes it's too late. And I'm glad I had the time kind of tough love my mama gave me.
Does anybody have an idea how we can bring the families back together?
Hmm. You know what I think, Miss April? I think families need to go back to the old school times where they used to sit down and have dinner together and have conversations, because back in the day there wasn't no phones.
Yeah, I agree.
No computers, no nothing.
Mm-mm.
Yep, I agree. All this internet and it's not enough time being spent together. Um, and people don't when families don't spend they don't spend enough time together.
But another thing that kills me now is I worked two jobs. I did the best I could. Now the people that are coming up, it's too much on their plate. I
Mm.
only can do this. Like, are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
See,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, back in the day, it used to be something that I don't know if people would be open to it. But back in the day, we used to have family meetings and everybody was called, the whole family, cousins, aunties, everybody, and they would present whatever the problem was. So and so is having a problem with this. And they used to say, and what are we going to do?
Right.
Exactly.
What
Right.
we, it wasn't like, oh, you're on your own, because these days everybody says, oh, that's your business. In a family, how it's supposed to be, if you're having a problem, everybody is having a problem.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my solution. I think it has to go back to families have to start loving each other again. And unfortunately, I don't feel that a lot of families even know how to love one another.
Right.
Mhm.
Mhm. Yeah.
I think it
That's true.
starts with I think it starts with respect. People have to learn to start respecting each other and, you know, accepting people for who they are and stop trying to change, because I can't speak for everybody, but in my situation, I find family members can be the most judgmental.
Oh, girl, preach.
Absolutely.
Preach.
Whew. I was just like, y'all act like you don't put on your pants one leg at a time too, like you're a different breed.
Right.
Mhm.
Exactly.
You're a woman just like me, or you're a man just like another man. Don't act like you're better than somebody else. I
Right.
don't like that.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. Well, I have to get off of here. This phone is about to die, but it's been lovely talking
Oh,
with you
yeah,
guys.
it's been
Yeah.
very nice.
Yeah, I'm about to get
Very
off
nice.
here too.
I
Thank you,
hope we
Mary
have some
B.
young people listening to this conversation.
Yeah,
We
it's
Yes.
love,
been
we
wonderful,
love y'all.
ladies.
We love y'all,
Love you
young
guys.
I
people.
love you guys.
Um,
Appreciate you, and
we
thank you,
love the
Marlene,
young
for
people.
having this panel. You have the lovely panels as always, and thank
Mhm.
you, Miss April Showers, for being on. And
Oh,
um,
no problem, honey. I love being on panels because
yes,
I just,
and
you know,
shedding some light.
Oh, and
I'm just trying to get some
y'all make
type of understanding now.
y'all make sure you come over to my podcast channel. I'm going to talk about a really important topic. I think it's next week.
Next week.
Okay.
Okay.
So, I hope y'all can make it because it's going to be a good panel. And tomorrow, I'm going to be talking to Miss Beverly Black about her story, because she is still on the search for her birth mother, and she's I believe she's 70 years old.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
wow.
So
Okay.
it's going to be an interesting conversation.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I would like to really chime in on that.
My podcast channel is Marlene Saunders Show.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
What
Okay.
are you on? Spotify or I have?
No, this is just here on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll make sure I join because uh, I would love to hear uh, about kids, still searching for their parents,
Hmm.
especially your mother.
Yeah,
Maybe
I feel like it's
you
going to
want
be.
some answers,
Hmm.
and hopefully
Mhm.
somebody can give them some answers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
you're
Thank
no
you,
welcome.
problem.
everybody.
No
Okay.
problem.
Have
I
a good
really
evening, you
enjoyed this.
guys.
Thanks
Okay.
everybody that joined from the
Okay.
April Shower side. I love being on panels. I just love talking to people. And again, trying to get some type of understanding on what do we do today.
Absolutely.
Right.
That's all.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for allowing me to come on, Marlene.
No problem, Miss April and Mary B. Y'all are always welcome.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Peace, everybody.
Peace out. Bye bye.
Okay.
Peace, everybody.
All
Thanks
right.
for joining me.
Okay.
Bye. See you guys
Bye.
next Wednesday.
See ya.
Thank you all for tuning in. Appreciate all of your support. And make sure you come over tomorrow to the Marlene Saunders show, and we'll be talking about searching for Miss Beverly Black's birth mother, and also we'll be having other topics. So I'll see you guys on that side too. Bye, everybody. Have a good evening.